Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Lynn and today I will be creating 3 cards. I'm using the Spellbinders card kit of the month for October, and as well I'll be pulling in the clear stamp and die of the month for October also. I wanted to, so initially I was thinking I would follow along with my crafty friend Danny of Danny's Dreams. She's got a formula of one stamp, one stamp set, one paper pad, one sketch equals 3 cards. And that's what I was gonna really try to follow. And of course I went rogue. I think I did okay on the one paper pad. I'm using the papers that came in the October card kit of the month. With the sketch, I think I did okay on the sketch too. I'm using sketch number 8 from Kendra's Card Challenge 12. That's the new one that just came out on October 1st. And sketch number 8 I really like. It's got 3 circles. And if you have been watching some of my previous videos, you'll know that I crafted recently. I kind of went on a little spree of crafting with squares, and that was a lot of fun. And so these circles, when I saw them, I thought, oh, well, that's kind of cool. That's something different than what I generally use in my card making design-wise. And so I thought this sketch in particular really drew my eye for that reason, and also for the fact that I'm still trying to use up a bunch of 4x6 card bases, so I decided to adapt the sketch a little bit so that it fits in with a 4x6 card a little bit nicer, because the sketches are actually designed for USA 2, which is 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. So a 4x6 is more narrow and a little bit taller. And you wouldn't think that 1/4 of an inch makes a huge difference, but I did end up scaling the circles down. Instead of 2 1/2 inch wide diameter circles, I used 2 1/4. That seemed to look better to my eyes anyways. So when I'm looking at adapting a sketch to a different card size, which if you want to play along with Kendra's Card Challenge and adapt these to your favorite card base size, do feel free to do that. When I'm looking to do that, I don't try to really be precise about margins of anything or scaling things down proportionally or anything like that. I kind of just wing it and see what I can keep the same in terms of size of the shapes or the different pieces, and what might look a little bit better, either smaller or larger as the case may be. So I feel like if you do want to adapt the sketch for something like a 5x7 or a 6x6, just kind of wing it, and so long as it's obvious that you're inspired by the original sketch, it will still qualify you for the tons of prizes that you can win if you play along with Kendra's Card Challenge. So I will leave a link to all of that in the description box below. The Card Sketch Challenge is a free PDF that you can download. So if you want to play along, you can definitely follow the actual cutting guide and sketches precisely if you'd like, or adapt them to however you like to create your cards. One cool thing that I found in the huge pack of die-cut ephemera pieces that come in the card kit was this wreath. And it just so happened that the wreath is about the same size of the circles I was using. So I'm just going to use that to replace one of the 3 circles. And that seemed to work out really, really well for this sketch. You can already tell that I haven't yet used the stamp set. So I'm not quite following Danny's recipe of 1 stamp set, 1 paper pad, 1 sketch, because I haven't yet used the stamp set. But don't worry, I will, and I'll use it on the 3rd sketch or the third card that I make. So I haven't quite followed Danny's rule, but I think she's pretty flexible on it, on how we like to interpret her recipe. The panel that I am gluing everything onto, it's actually an embossed panel that I ran through a 3D embossing folder that has this gorgeous snowflake design. And the paper strip here, I don't know why. In the past, I would have always just trimmed this strip of paper off at the edges. And I'm not so sure why I've never done this before where I just wrap it around to the back, because it looks great. It's almost like ribbon, because that's what I would do with ribbon. I would just wrap the ribbon around to the back. With ribbon, you want to do that so that the edges don't fray, but there's no reason not to do it with paper too. I just have never thought to do that, and it's so much faster and easier than actually trimming the edges off. So I like how that turned out. And for my last card, as I mentioned, I do use the clear stamp of the month. Again, this is from Spellbinders. It's the October release, and it's really adorable. It's got a few actually different penguin stamped images. One of them actually has the penguins stacked on top of each other, like they're standing on each other's shoulders. That one's super adorable, but it's a pretty large stamp. It could be on its own a really nice focal image. But then besides that one, you do get 2 stamps of individual penguins too. So they happen to actually fit really well inside these circles that I'm using as part of my design. So I decided to use the penguin, and I really wanted to use the sentiment in one of the circles as well. And you'll see it on camera, but in the end, I didn't end up using it because I couldn't figure out how to add it as a circle. And I thought maybe I would just add it as a circle and it would be the 4th circle in the design. But 4 didn't look good to me, so I thought I would add a 5th circle, that whole rule of odd numbers and whatnot. That didn't look good to me either. So in the end, I didn't use that sentiment. And again, I looked to the card kit and pulled out, I think it was either a chipboard sticker or a puffy sticker for my sentiment. So I cheated quite a bit on Danny's recipe. I don't think I really made good use of the stamp set in this series of cards. But I still really love how my cards turned out, and it's a really fun concept. So I'll leave a link to Danny's video where she does this the right way. And what I'll do for the rest of the video is I think I'll just set it to some music so that you can just see this last card evolve, and I won't rejoin at the end. So I'll leave links to everything that I use, if it's still available, in the description box below, as well as a link to Kendra's card challenge and a link to Danny's YouTube video where she actually does for real her recipe of 1 stamp set, 1 paper pad, 1 sketch equals 3 cards. Thanks for joining me today, and until next time, happy crafting and have a fabulous day. Enjoy the rest of the video. Bye.